Are you with Team Matte or Team Glossy? Alternatively, do you appreciate the beauty of both finishes? Is any finish necessarily better than another, or is it simply a matter of preference? Hello my superstars, this is the Star Warrior Horse here with Team Matte vs Team Glossy, the ultimate debate. The Team Matte vs Team Glossy debate has consumed the model horse community for years, and understandably so. Some collectors strongly prefer one type of finish over another. Team Glossy believes a glossy finish is most aesthetically pleasing, whereas Team Matte argues that a matte finish is more realistic. Both arguments are compelling. Each finish has its merits. Here's a comparison of two Queen of Hearts aka Josie models, one in matte and one in gloss. The matte Josie remains in her box as I plan to sell her at some point, but she is currently not for sale, and I don't welcome sale or trade solicitations over YouTube. Notice how the brindle pattern on the matte model is more heavily textured. At the same time, her coat color appears flatter and has less contrast. As for the glossy model, her finish makes her color pop, and there is a higher contrast between her brindle markings and her dark bay coat. Then again, her finish fails to fully capture the texture of her stripes. Why is this so? Well, with each finish comes trade-offs. What you gain in one area, you will sacrifice in another. Let's begin with an analysis of matte finish models. Here are some of the pros of a matte finish, the first being its suitability for photographic and film media. Sure, you could photograph and film a glossy model, but a matte finish model is better for the job. There is little need to worry about light bouncing off the model too brightly. That means less fiddling with the exposure settings on your recording device and less color correcting in your movie making and photo editing programs. Another great thing about matte finish is that it preserves fine details. Intricate textures are most visible in this finish. Roning and subtle modeling are not blotted out by patches of light like they would if blanketed in a glossy finish. Plus, matte models are so much easier to restore than glossy ones. Got a small rub on the tip of an ear or hoof? You can do your own DIY repair with some acrylic paint. Even larger, more extensive flaws are not too daunting because matte lacquers are less tricky to work with than glossy lacquers. Of course, no finish is perfect, and matte finish is not the exception. It is important to note some common drawbacks of matte models, perhaps the worst of them being that such models are prone to incurring flaws. Shiny marks are endemic to matte model horses, and all it takes is an unfortunate rub against another model or a minor abrasion to cause the problem. Moreover, matte models can get rubs and scratches quite easily because the barrier of their finish is thin. Likewise, matte finish is not very forgiving of certain flaws. Given the lack of glare on matte models, small rubs will often stick out like a sore thumb, especially on horses with darker coats. Matte finish also makes certain colors appear more dull than a glossy finish does. Matte, non-metallic bay, and chestnut models look flat when compared to their glossy counterparts. Next, let's examine glossy model horses. These are some of the pros associated with a glossy finish, the first being that it accentuates most coat colors. Gloss makes colors like bay, chestnut, and palomino pop. The finish stresses contrast between highlights and dark points, making glossy horses look luxurious. Another good attribute of glossy models is that they are resistant to minor damage. More specifically, they don't get shiny marks, and they incur rubs less easily than their matte counterparts. This is because a glossy finish serves as a thick, protective barrier against mild to moderate abrasion. Additionally, gloss is relatively forgiving of minor flaws. The glare from the finish can potentially hide small rubs. Some flaws may also be mistaken for reflected light. As with matte models, glossy horses have some issues of their own. Here are some of the caveats, beginning with glare. Light reflection becomes an issue when photographing and filming glossy models. The glare bounces back in an unsightly manner, making such models suboptimal for photographic and film media. Plus, they are hard to fix. Unlike with matte models where you can touch up small flaws with ease, fixing glossy models can be a tricky, painstaking process. Trying to apply gloss to the corrected area in such a way that it doesn't look uneven with the rest of the finish can be very challenging and risky. Furthermore, gloss tends to obscure fine details. Roning and subtle modeling can be hidden by the glare from the finish, unfortunately. For the sake of appealing to viewers' curiosity, I thought I should briefly speak about satin finish model horses. Satin finish is less common than matte and glossy finish, and it is usually limited to models with dark or metallic coats. It has some of the best traits of the other two finishes. That is, it doesn't obscure fine details, yet it increases contrast in coat colors. Plus, satin finish models are almost as easy to repair as matte models. However, because satin is a relatively uncommon finish, I will not go into the pros and cons of it as I have with the matte and glossy finishes. Now, it's your turn to decide. Are you with Team Matte or Team Glossy? I posted a poll in the community tab on my channel. I encourage you to vote and contribute to the ongoing discussion about the Team Matte versus Team Glossy debate. After at least 10 votes, I will call the winning finish in a future video. In addition, if you leave a comment down below as to why you like one finish over another, it may be featured in the announcement video. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please be sure to give it a like, leave a comment, and subscribe for more Starific content. Thank you for watching, my superstars. Always dream with your eyes open.